Angela?
Yes.
Hi, this is Mike.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
So I guess we'll just get started right away.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. I saw pictures and highlights of Powerhouse. How was that?
Powerhouse is great. You know, it's the first time we did a big concert since I've been working there in 3 years. And so I'm excited that we brought it back. I think it was really successful with the surprise guests. Everything was pretty smooth. It was all like a first time for all of us. But even backstage, you know, we did all the interviews for KarmaLoop and for Powerhouse.
Yeah,
but it was exciting. It was a great night. I'm happy about it. We're already planning next year.
That's nice. That's nice. How did the Breakfast Club get the deal with KarmaLoop? I was wondering, since you just said that you did interviews with KarmaLoop and whatnot.
You know what? I have no idea how it happened.
It's a smart marketing move.
At work, they approached us about it and said, what we like to do it. And I love KarmaLoop. Like, I wear stuff off their site all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, absolutely, I get to order clothes for free.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go.
That's a smart marketing move.
I was just excited they wanted to do it.
Yeah, that's cool. And I was going to say, I like your come-up story. It's inspiring. When you first started, you knew nothing about radio. You just love to talk. Similar to me, I'm up in the studio right now not knowing how to work anything, but I got an engineer here, and I like hip-hop, and I like talking.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but it is good, I guess, once you get in there and do that to learn, because I definitely learned how to do it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know what might happen.
Yeah.
And I guess no matter everything that you do, it makes you more valuable. Like, if you know how to run your own board and do all of that, it could make you more of an asset anyway. It's just good to know.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn.
I did it at first.
I got an interview next week at Sirius for Shade 45, Sway in the Morning. I know you work there, so I was just trying to learn everything before then and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, and they'll teach you there too. That's the whole thing of it. But yeah, I mean, working at Sirius at Shade 45, that was a great jump start for me. That's really was like a crash course in radio. Me having to go in there every single day, and I would say for everybody that wants to do radio, the biggest piece of advice I can give you is to make sure that you listen to yourself. Make sure that when you do a show, you know, you always go back and listen to all of your shows and figure out ways that you can improve and critique yourself and be brutally honest. Yeah,
definitely. You know, it's funny, actually. It's weird how we got the interview with you tonight, and last night I interviewed Cypher Sounds, and it's funny that you guys had a show together, and that's like, it kind of inspired me to reach out to you guys because you both worked together, and I thought you guys did well together, so I wanted to interview both of you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. You guys are like still closer and everything like that, right? Or is it tough because you're on rival stations?
I mean, we don't have any issues. You know, we are each other's competition in a way, I guess. But I don't think he's not really that type of person to be trying to have issues, and we never had any issues.
So, like, the radio game's a lot like the hip-hop game in a way, with, like, Kendrick's control verse, like, calling everyone out. It's almost kind of like competition and whatnot.
I mean, ours is about ratings more than anything else, you know?
Yeah.
And both stations are in New York. I think now the great thing about what we did at the Breakfast Club is we're syndicated now.
Yeah.
So we're the morning show in a bunch of different cities, which is a huge deal for us, you know? And we got a syndicated weekend show in 54 different markets.
Yeah, I heard that. So, congratulations with that.
Thank you. So it's like, it's just so different now. Now it's just like, okay, it's not even just New York. That's our base, our home base. But now it's just nice to be able to reach out and have like family everywhere.
Yeah. And you used to DJ, or like you used back in the day? What was your DJ name?
I did use my real name. Yeah, I did.
Oh, it's just your real name?
I got my turntables from Muggs because I did an advertisement with him. I was working at this clothing line called Varsity, and as a thank you for me he had an album coming out, and me doing that ad with him with the clothing line, you know, basically they paid for all the advertising and everything, so it was basically like him getting me a free ad for his Soul Assassins album.
That's cool, that's cool.
So, as a thank you, he was like, what do you want? I said, I want some turntables, so he got them for me.
Do you still go on the ones and twos?
I haven't in a while, but funny enough, 2 days ago, Webstar hit me up at like 4 in the morning, and he said, hey, you're leaving money on the table. You got to start DJing again.
That's funny. DJ Webstar, is he the one who's in Dancing on Me? Yeah, that's him?
No, that was Ron Browse.
Oh, Ron Browse, really? They all sound the same.
He did Chicken Noodle Soup. And
all. Oh, Chicken Noodle Soup. Oh, okay. When back in the day, you used to sit in the basement and listen to Run DMC vinyls?
It wasn't just Run DMC. There was a lot of different stuff. But I used to love like Sheila E. and Prince and, you know, it was everything. Crush Groove, all of that. I was like a little kid, and my parents had all these records.
And I heard a funny story. You were talking about in an interview, like you used to work for Wu-Tang, and at first Method Man came off as a jerk, and ODB would smoke weed in the office. How was that experience, like dealing with all that?
I mean, they were all smoke weed in the office, but
That's fun.
that was a great first job for me to have, because those guys, I was really, when I first got that internship, I was a little bit apprehensive. I didn't know what it would be like, because they were so wild and they had such a reputation.
Mm-hmm.
But they were actually like the best people ever, and it was a great first job just because working there, I got to deal with different labels, because they were all signed to different labels with different people. So it was a great experience. I'm still close with all of them.
That's cool. Did you like the job as well because you got contact high?
Oddly enough, I never smoked with them at all. I didn't smoke. And they used to come in the office and smoke so much that I had put signs up around the office, like, no smoking during office hours.
That's funny.
And then I think Raekwon came in with, like, who put these signs up? And I didn't want to say I did it.
That's funny. Out of all the jobs you had prior to radio or before your big starts and big gigs, was it Chiba Sounds the worst one?
Oh, yeah, that was the worst.
Why?
It was just bad, like, just the people that I was working for, I didn't feel like they were very professional, and they were very condescending, and it was just a bad experience. It's like, you know how you have a job when you get up every morning and you want to call out sick?
Yeah, I got that. I've dealt with that, yes.
That was a job like that. Every morning I was like, should I not go to work today?
Ugh, yeah, it's terrible. And I was going to ask about Shade 45, the relationship with Paul Rosenberg, Eminem's manager. Does he take a lot of credit in landing you your radio jobs and success in your career early on?
I mean, Paul Rosenberg is like the best. He's given me a lot of opportunities. He's a really loyal person. I met him when I used to work at Wu-Tang, and Eminem wasn't even signed yet. And he always has just remembered that, I've been down with them for so long that anything I needed, he's always done for me. So
Yeah.
when they started the clothing line, I ran into him at the Chappelle show. It was the premiere for the first episode. And he was there. He was sitting right behind me while we were watching it. And he was like, oh, by the way, we're starting a clothing line, so I want you to come work there.
That's cool.
And I was like, okay. And then the next day, they made me an offer. It was that easy. And then when I wanted to work at Sirius, I wanted to do marketing, and I called him. And I said, hey, they have an opening in the marketing department at Sirius. Can you just put in a good word for me? And he was like, do you want to do the morning show?
That's awesome.
But the thing about it is that, I think that when it comes to me and Paul, he knows that I'm a very professional person. And I've always gone above and beyond. So because I'm reliable, because I've done my job, and just because me and him are cool, I don't expect any favors.
Yeah.
I still go and do that job just to represent for him. Because sometimes, you'll give somebody a job that's a friend of yours, and they really take advantage of your friendship and do whatever they want. But I've never been like that. Like, anything in life that I agree to do, even if I'm not getting paid a lot for it or not paid at all, I'm still going to do it just like if I was getting paid top dollar.
So he knew you had good work ethic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so, when that opportunity came up for me to be on the radio, he definitely he didn't tell me it was guaranteed. He just said, go ahead, and I can't tell you that they'll definitely hire you, but if you do a good job, then the opportunity is there.
Speaking of opportunity and success and starting early on, you stated sometimes you have to go backwards to get further in the big picture. What's the keys to success?
I always say sometimes you have to go backwards to go forward.
Yeah. What's the keys to success for you? You got to love what you do. Is it passion over profit? Because you've dealt with debt problems and whatnot. I was researching. Sorry, I creep. Not sexually, just creeped you to research. And you've dealt with debt problems, and you said that sometimes you had a radio job, but it wasn't a lot of money, and you loved it though. You loved what you did, but at the same time you were going broke. Is there what's the passion over profit? Is there certain extent you have to go out and make the money and not care about your passion, or is it both? Is it both equally important?
I think that's an individual choice. For me, it's worked for me to really put something that I enjoy doing, because I've had experiences where I had jobs that I hated, and I don't ever want to do that again. To me, that's so painful. I would rather struggle to make ends meet but enjoy my job than go to work, make a lot of money, but hate my job.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So, and I also feel like if you do something that you love doing, that eventually you'll make a lot of money at it.
Yeah.
So, in radio, because I was brand new and because I had no experience, that's why I didn't make a lot of money at first. But after the first year of me working there, they gave me a 40% raise. I went in and I had a meeting, and I told them I improved so much in 1 year that, they agreed to that.
That's with Sirius?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I was wondering, did Jay Electronica put you in debt, all the tours and whatnot? Because he never released any music.
He didn't. You know, he got paid for all of that, so we made money. But I would say that I put a lot of stuff on my credit card. He paid me back everything, though, but it just took, like, a while. So it was like one billing cycle went by, and I was like, damn, I got $30,000 on my card that I can't pay this month.
Jesus.
And then I just never had that much on a credit card ever.
Yeah.
So it just, I'm a worrywart when it comes to money.
Yeah.
So I was really nervous, and I was like, man, what if he doesn't get, you know, you think the worst case scenario, what if I don't get this money back, and now I'm going to owe $30,000. But the next month I got it, so it was fine, but it just was a little nervous for a month.
And he didn't even drop his album yet. You would have never got the money if he didn't give it to you then.
You know, he made a lot of money, though, doing shows, and, you know, he did a deal with Mountain Dew, and his ASCAP deal, and his publishing deal, and his Rock Nation deal, so,
yeah.
You know, he's good.
He's definitely good, but I wish he would release some music.
I think he will.
That's good.
He has a lot. I think, you know, even when he did Exhibit C, you know, when he did Exhibit C, that was all because I asked him to go in the studio and do a song for me to debut on the morning show.
Wait, that was Exhibit C? You were part of that?
Well, yeah, and that's why if you hear the song Just Play says morning after world premiere.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's awesome. That was definitely one of the best songs. Was it 2011 or 2010?
That's a great song, and I think that, you know, he probably would have never put that out himself if Just Play didn't come up this serious and just play it.
That's awesome. It was a good song. It was like the Control of that year.
He has a lot of songs that are good that he just, I don't know.
I don't know. For work related, for the Power and the Breakfast Club, so you get to work at like 4:35 and you go on air until like 10 a.m. Then say like noon, you got meetings and whatnot, lunch with the crew and other interviews, and then at night you promote and go out. Like, what do you do to like chill and relax? Like, what, like exercise, running, reading, and all that? But like,
I went running today, yes, and actually my friends are over here right now. We're watching. Yeah, everybody's over here. You know, I hang out with my friends a lot. And so, you know, I like to go out, have drinks. I like to run. I do read a lot. I write a lot. I'm going to Miami next week just to relax and do some writing. So
you guys are going out tonight?
I try to be very balanced in stuff that I do, you know? Like, I might go out and get drunk, but at the same time, then 2 days later, I go host a charity event. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, because you guys are always moving, it seems like, you know? Hustling.
And, you know, I do a lot of stuff. Like, I do a lot of parties, but then I also try to go and talk at schools and, you know, boys and girls clubs and stuff like that, because I know the importance of that for people to see you and for young people especially to know that in life there's so many different opportunities that are available. Yeah,
so the life balance is definitely key, like going to help out, talk to people at schools and whatnot, then going out with your friends and peeing in the middle of the road. I saw that. That was a funny picture, by the way. I'm sorry I had to bring it up.
People take that so seriously. It was a joke.
Yeah. All right, funny. So everyone has them at work, a bad day. Is it hard for you to do your job? Because people want to be entertained, and if you're not in the mood, it's like, you know, in a way, kind of like sex. If you're not in the mood, you don't want to have it. What about having a bad day at work and you have to be happy and perky?
You know what? Work is the reason why I'm not in a bad mood most of the time, because even if I am in a bad mood, once I go to work, I just change.
Yeah.
And so it's not like I go to work and I can't shake it. I go to work and I'm ready to go, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that helps me a lot as far as when things aren't going well in other aspects of life, that when I go to work, it's just, you know, hanging out with Envy and Charlamagne and having fun and talking about things. It puts me in a whole different mood.
Yeah. Are they, like, really your brothers, like, off air? Like, do you guys hang out and whatnot and, like, go, you know, like, live it up?
You know, we don't hang out as much as we used to when we first started, but they definitely text me, like, all weekend long.
Yeah, that's funny.
The first text I got this morning was from Envy, and talking about his headphones or something. I don't know what he was talking about, but yeah, we definitely hit each other all the time, and I know that if I need something, I can call them and tell them I need this, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's cool.
It's great. Like, we do trust each other. We do argue a lot, but it's never that serious. Like, we can get into an argument, and then 2 minutes later, it's done.
Yeah, I could see the family bonding on air, but I wasn't sure because a lot of times these people have shows and they're not even friends off air. It's weird.
I think you can tell.
Yeah.
So, I think you can tell when people don't really hang out, like, outside.
Yeah.
The only reason we don't hang out more is because we're all so busy.
Yeah.
You know, like, it might be a night where Envy's in one place, Charlamagne's in another place. And honestly, if I don't have to go to the club, I really don't go, because I have to be out so much that when I have the opportunity to just relax or be at home or catch relationship with my friends, I'd rather do that.
Why do you go out so much anyway? Is it like a branding thing for yourself, or is it like the Breakfast Club, or all included, like both, a combination of both?
I mean, we host a lot of events.
Yeah, you
so
definitely do.
Really, it's like a promotional type of thing.
And it's money, too.
Yeah, so we kind of have to. And certain things, you know, if somebody does a lot of stuff for me, I want to go out and show them support, I'll go out for that reason.
Yeah.
But as far as just going to the club just to go to the club, I barely do that.
Do you think it's easier for girls to interview guys, like, you could always, like, sleep with someone for an interview or go out and get a drink using things to your advantage and whatnot?
No, I think that if you're in a position where they know it's beneficial for them, because it's a two-way street, like, me interviewing you is also good for you just as good as it is for me. It's good for me if people are going to listen and hear you, but it's great for you because you have something to promote. Yeah,
definitely. And I'm promoting for actually College University, Monmouth University, and it's good to hear that because you're the first female personality I interviewed, and a lot of girls were asking me, like, what about girls? Get some girls to interview and whatnot. So I reached out to you, and I'm recording this now, putting it on my SoundCloud, putting it on my blog, and then putting it on radio, I think December 6th on Friday. And I'm playing it then, too. So it's getting a lot of plays after this.
Yeah, you know, I mean, people do it for that reason. So, you know, if you're a female or not, that shouldn't really matter. And I think even just to me, you know, guys are pretty respectful toward me because of my position, what I do. But that's something that you really do. Everybody has to earn, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sexist or anything like that. I was just saying a lot of girls are coming at me like, get like Angela, you know what I mean? Like, you and Angie Martinez are probably the two best female radio personalities in the country.
That's great. I like to be in a class with her.
Yeah, I think so, you know?
And I grew up listening to her, so it's incredible.
Rivals aside and whatnot, you know, the station stuff, politics aside, I think you guys two are the best.
I don't honestly look at it as a rivalry anymore, you know?
Yeah. It's cool, though, that you listened to her and she was like your idol, and now you're not competing the same time, but you're on different stations. It's just crazy how it works out, though.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't look at it like that just because we expanded so much outside of just being in New York, you know?
Yeah, but it's still the #1 radio market, right, New York?
Yeah, New York is #1 in radio.
Yeah,
you
guys did.
If anybody had the opportunity to, you know, to me, it's like incredible that we have the opportunities that we have. Mm-hmm. To just get, like, people don't get syndicated.
Yeah.
It's not easy at all. It's such a rare thing.
Yeah.
So, trust me, every day I'm amazed.
You guys did it big with the syndication, KarmaLoop, and the online interviews and everything like that. And also, that show that you guys were on, all you guys, the K Fox thing was just horrendous. Like, that whole thing, that show was hilarious. But now she's promoting your show in Miami. How did that relationship work out and turn out?
I mean, to me, it's business is business, you know. And I never really had a real issue with her.
Yeah. Was that just for like?
It seemed more like she had an issue with me. So I think she's fine now. I think sometimes at Hot 97 they really breed that with the people that work there.
Yeah.
Like, they put you in such a hostile environment.
Yeah.
Where you're not allowed to follow us on Twitter, you're not allowed to be at a club that we're at, like, so many things and restrictions, and, you know, it's probably difficult. Like, we don't have those issues at Power. They're pretty laid back.
Yeah, it's hilarious with the rival stations. Like, I heard stories like you guys, like, if you host a concert for Nipsey Hussle, then they host one, like, the night prior or after, and you guys can't be at the same place, and their excuse is that New York is so big that you guys are never around each other and stuff. I just don't understand. I feel like you guys would run into each other a lot. I don't see what the big deal is.
It's definitely more on their end than on our end, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they'll do things like telling artists if they come to our show they're not going to play their record anymore, which I think, you know, that really hurts.
Yeah.
The artist more than it hurts anybody. That's like if a label were to tell the station, if you play any records from any other labels, we're not going to, you know, let any of our artists perform for you anymore. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I would think that if you really support an artist and you want to see them succeed, you would want them to do everything.
Exactly, yeah. Does it get annoying as well? Like, I watch both interviews, and a lot of the times, I don't know if it's like media training, but the artists say the same things, and you guys ask the same questions. Do you guys know that? Do you guys research each other, or is it like you have to ask these questions to help promote the artist, and it doesn't matter if another station already asked the question?
I mean, I think that there's just certain there's just certain things that everybody wants to know. Like, you can't assume that everyone saw an interview that an artist did at another station.
Yeah.
So I can't assume that just because, you know, Kendrick Lamar did an interview on a station in Philly that you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people that might be the first time they're hearing those questions and those answers. And you understand that artists have things that they want to promote. So if they have an album coming out, there's certain questions that you ask because it's the right thing to do. I want to make sure that you get to promote what it is that you're promoting. And if there's some significant things that are happening, if you're in the news for whatever reason on the blogs, then we're going to ask those questions.
Yeah. You
can never ever assume that your audience has heard everything that you've heard.
And they come to you first.
It'll be their first time hearing it.
They come to New York first, and the blogs promote New York heavy, so you guys got to ask the questions that people want to know anyway, because they're going to come to you and hear it first.
And some people don't read blogs, or some people don't get it right away.
Yeah.
It's just that some people are in their car going to work and listening to the radio, or going to school listening to the radio, and they don't go and look at those blogs.
Yeah.
So we take all that into consideration. It's amazing to me. Like, I might report a story that I might think is the biggest story, and there's so many people that never heard it.
Yeah. Is it a problem interviewing people? Can you tell, like, within 3 questions, like, you're trying to break them down a little bit and, like, lighten them up? Can you tell media training who is and who isn't, and it's, like, annoying when they don't answer questions?
I think that, I get it that some artists are trying to protect themselves and want to come across a certain way. That's why we try to make our stuff more conversational than Q&A.
You kind of let them talk, and then you don't really, like, blurt out stuff. You kind of let them talk, and then you ask questions within what they're saying. It's like they feel comfortable in there.
It's more like having a conversation, and that's what our interviews are like. It's not like I'm grilling you about stuff, but we're sitting down chatting about what's going on.
Yeah, I see you guys have the laptop out, though. Is that, like, in case you got backup questions, if you, like, lose train of thought?
I mean, I always keep notes.
Yeah, me too.
Just because I do a lot of research.
Yeah, me
I make
too.
sure I have notes always, just in case. And I don't want to forget certain things. Like, I might want to be like, I got to make sure I remember to ask about this. Or I have to make sure I remember the name of the album and the date that it's coming out. I just like to have all that in front of me. Yeah,
I forget easily. I got ADD, so I always have the notes out and everything. Who was someone in your career that you interviewed that gave you, like, the most butterflies prior to the interview? You got a little nervous, like, I guess when you first started out, if anything.
A lot, like Jay-Z, the first time I interviewed him at Sirius.
Yeah, I saw that.
Chris Rock, I was super excited to interview him.
Chris Rock, that's awesome.
And he's like one of my favorite comedians. I used to get nervous to interview Eminem.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that interview too online.
Just because he doesn't do a lot of interviews. But, it's fine, but I always am like, okay, I make sure I don't say the wrong thing.
Is it a joke, or is he really that awkward? Like, in a good way, though. I know he's a little awkward, but is it kind of, he plays it off? Is it like a joke, or is he really that weird and real?
I think he's funny. I think people take him so seriously.
Yeah.
So I think that the way that people treat him makes him feel awkward.
Yeah, definitely. Like he's like some god, even though he has a song Rap God out.
It's like, can you just be normal?
Yeah. What's the best and worst part about the job? Like, what was the most awkward, funniest moment on air in your career?
Oh my God, the worst part is getting up early in the morning.
Yeah.
How about the other day, I fell asleep in between talk breaks, and they started talking, and I didn't know because I was asleep, and they had to wake me up.
That's funny. That is fun. You had, like, those weird sex shows, too, on Sirius. Did that ever get weird?
The service? No, that was fun. I mean, the thing is that people come up to do your show, knowing what it's going to be. You're not going to come to lip service if you don't know we're going to be talking about your personal life, your sex life, and everything. You shouldn't come then,
Yeah.
So people come up there prepared for that. They want to do it.
Yeah.
So that makes a break from doing those really serious interviews. It's like a fun, let me get loose.
Yeah, drink some wine before, stuff like that.
During, yeah.
Radio is addictive, and, like, you keep it real, I could tell. Are you the same on air and off air, or are you kind of like a supersized, souped up version of yourself on radio?
I mean, I think when you're on the radio, you obviously have to be a lot more energetic.
Yeah.
Just because that's how it has to come across the airwaves. I'm probably a little more laid back, but I'm pretty much the same. Like, my jokes, my personality, everything is pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm. And I have to bring up the sex talk. You claimed you never had a one-night stand. Is that still going? Is it still true?
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. No, I haven't. Never.
Come
on. I've never been out with anybody that I just met either.
When you black out, does it count? That doesn't count, the one-night stand?
I've never blacked out.
All right.
I'm a great drinker.
What are your favorite qualities in a guy?
Sense of humor.
Ooh.
Ambition. You know, I think I can't stand people that are lazy and have no ambitions in life. And I love people that have a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
You can make me laugh, or if you can laugh at my jokes, we're gonna get along great.
Akil, come in here. My co-host, he has a sense of humor. But yeah, what is your favorite sexual position?
Okay. What's my favorite sexual position?
Yeah. Everyone just started laughing wherever you are.
Everybody's trying to listen? I don't know. It depends on how big you are.
What? Well, big?
Yeah, I mean,
What if you're really small?
if you're small, I think the best position for you if you're small is probably...
I'm saying your favorite sexual position.
Missionary then.
Oh, missionary? Okay.
If you're small.
That's if you're small. Yeah, that's probably me. I'm kidding. So I have pretty friends who are girls, but I usually get put in the friend zone. How does one get out of the friend zone, and how does one never go in it? Like, is it a bad thing? Is it possible to be a girl's friend and have sex with them?
I mean, a lot of girls end up having sex with their friends at some point when
Not
things
me.
aren't going well with the rest of their life. But, you know, I think if a girl likes you, she likes you. Girls end up liking their friends, especially when they're like, okay, I can't
Not
find
me.
the right guy. My boyfriend cheated on me.
Yeah, yeah.
This could never work out with me and Mike.
But who wants to be the nice guy, though, and get walked over for years and never get any booty, you know, until the end?
Just because you're a nice guy doesn't mean you get walked over.
I know, but I value our friendship too much. It'd be weird, and then she sleeps with the whole crew and not me. No, not really, not the whole crew. No, I'm kidding.
Like, damn, I don't know if you want it then.
No. I'm talking like good girls, good attractive girls like yourself. But I was like saying, they say they value my friendship too much.
Well, yeah, then they probably just don't like you like that.
Yeah, thanks. I'm asking you, so I figured I'd ask you, you know?
Because if a girl really likes you like that, the friendship won't really matter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, you're invited. I know you got to go soon, so I'm closing out. Not, like, don't hang up yet. By the way, you're invited over Sunday dinner anytime with my family. My mom makes really good Italian food, and my niece and nephew are really cute. I usually get women by taking pics with them.
Okay, yeah, you could be in the friend zone.
No! Give me a shot. No, I'll take the friend zone with you, whatever. My friend Akil, my co-host, but he hasn't talked the whole time. He's just been behind me the whole time. It's kind of weird, actually.
No, I wasn't behind
You
you.
doing what?
He's black.
No. I was doing business.
You can't
Put it
see
that
him. He's
way.
black. It's in the studio, but
Jesus.
he heard that
I'm
you.
not dark. I'm light skinned. Let's get that clear.
He heard that you like to read and cuddle, and if you need someone to cuddle with, he got you.
Yeah, I love cuddling.
Yo, I got mad cuddle room, man.
Chances of that happening?
I don't even know him.
You don't know me. I'm gonna have to at you on Twitter a couple times so you know who I am. And I usually don't do this with people I interview. Like I don't like ask for follows, but just because you're a female and I love you, I just want you to follow me. And just make my night.
Yeah, that sounds like a normal thing that guys say. I mean, I don't usually do this, but...
No, I'm serious. Like, you know how weird it would sound if I was like, I interviewed Mac Wilds and like a couple other people like
You
that.
didn't ask him to follow you?
No, that's weird. I don't even want him to follow me. Like, I don't care, you know. Like, it's like street cred and radio cred if like a radio personality follows me, and especially if she's female.
All right, I'll give you some street cred.
If you follow me, and I'm gonna have to say, my creep isn't as bad as it is really. I'm not creepy, but I'm gonna have to throw a creep tweet in there at first, like something funny, you know.
All right, let's see how funny you are.
To act like I'm the man, even though I'm not. So, what are you doing tonight?
My friends are here. They're smoking weed and having drinks, and we're about to go down the block to a bar.
Nice.
That's a party.
Nice.
That's a
Do you want to
party.
get any before she has to go? Probably because I told
Nah,
her.
I'm trying to have Angela come over for Thanksgiving. What you doing for Thanksgiving,
I'm
bro?
gonna be in Miami.
Miami.
What?
Do you like getting hit on by every guy on Twitter? I see that funny people put like pictures of you guys together and like put their face in it.
That was funny.
Do you like that? Is it funny or is it annoying after
I
a
like it
while?
when it's funny. If you do something funny, I think it's cute.
That's funny.
I mean, it's still no matter what, I'm flattered.
Yeah, that's funny. I promise when I follow you, I won't send you any late night DMs. I'm not like creepy like that. I don't want to get unfollowed.
I get a lot of creepy DMs.
I'm just gonna tweet you the recording and everything like that and
Okay.
everything. So I probably should let you go. You got anything else, Dad?
Nah, I just want to see what she was doing for Thanksgiving. If you want to cuddle, you could just holler at me.
How was my interviewing skills?
It was great. You did a lot of research. It was very comfortable.
6 years from now, you think I could be something?
What's with the 6
I
years?
believe so. Hopefully quicker than that.
Yeah, hopefully quicker than that. Definitely, but
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah. Especially in sexually.
I don't know about that.
All right, I'll let you go. Thank you for calling in.
All right, guys.
I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.